This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, people are warned toxic algae has been detected in the Mataura River. The Otago Regional Water Plan is open for public consultation, but few turn up. And we catch a glimpse of what the new America's Cup racing yachts will look like, thanks to Dunedin animators. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. A toxic algae has been detected in the Mataura River this week. A species of cyanobacteria was detected by Environment Southland during monthly monitoring of the river, and people are being warned to be vigilant. Sharon Rees has the details.
The species of toxic algae, called Phimidium, was detected in the lower to mid areas of the river near Matoda Island, but may be present anywhere along the river. The conditions of the river, as well as warm weather, is making for perfect conditions for the algae to grow and spread.
The Mataura is a place where it's just prime conditions, just because of the system, where we get this toxic algae growing. So it's those cobbly areas that really likes to grow onto those riffle areas rather than pools, and it just seems to be that perfect storm where you get the right conditions at the right time, so then this occurs.
This particular type of cyanobacteria appears as a green-brown slime on rocks or as thick black mats at the sides of the river, which poses a risk to children or animals.
They can gather on the sides of the riverbanks, and that's probably the biggest risk for if you've got little kids there. Dogs seem to be especially drawn to the sort of musky smell that you get from this, so it's watching out for those things. And obviously if you're getting in and out of the water, whether you've got a wetsuit or waders, if you're fishing or whatever, then just being aware of those things and keeping away from them.
Ward says stock drinking water supplies should be regularly checked for algal mats, and where possible, an alternative water supply should be found.
There is a risk still with consuming that water, and normal filtration systems, household and stock water, won't take this out, and boiling the water won't get rid of it either.
He says people should visit the Environment Southland website at es.govt.nz so they know how to identify the algae. Anyone, including animals, experiencing health symptoms after contact with contaminated water should be seen by a doctor or vet immediately. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Members of First Church and Presbyterian Support Otago joined forces and placed over 300 ribbons on the church grounds this afternoon as a visual reminder of White Ribbon Day. Held annually on the 25th of November, White Ribbon Day is a reminder to take action and to stand against violence. Warren Rosser at Presbyterian Support says family violence has a long-term impact on those involved, and opportunities like White Ribbon Day bring it out from behind closed doors. White Ribbon Day events are held throughout November. This Saturday, 300 ribbons will be tied around Knox Presbyterian Church, and Dunedin Collaboration Against Family Violence is hosting a range of events and entertainment in the Octagon to mark the day. Public consultation began in Queenstown today over plans by the Otago Regional Council to change its regional water plan. Top of the agenda is the Clutha River and its lakes and tributaries. But while 9 members of the council turned up for the session, only 5 members of the public attended. Here's Mina Amso.
The Clutha River, up for discussion today, was its minimum flow rate, water allocation limits and management of its main tributaries, the Kawerau, Hawea rivers and Lake Wakatipu, Wanaka, Hawea, Dunstan and Roxburgh. But while 9 members of the Otago Regional Council attended the discussion, only 5 members of the public turned up to discuss Otago's most important river catchment.
When we do a plan change, we commission or undertake a number of reports, but we also want people to have a say in the scope of those investigations as well.
Feedback from members of the public will be used to develop hydrology reports and values, which will enable the council to come up with a number of management options to control minimum flow and allocation limits of the Clutha River.
Allocation limits volumes of water that people can take from these water bodies. A minimum flow is basically a level in the river, and when the water level drops down to that specified level, then people that take water with the resource consent, they have to stop taking water.
A cap on how much water can be used by commercial operators like irrigators could be one of the end results of this change.
Domestic purposes for household use, or for animal drinking water, or for firefighting purposes, it really doesn't mean a thing. Because the RMA allows you to take water under those circumstances at all times. Also, if you're taking smaller quantities, we've got a number of rules in the plan that allow you to take smaller quantities of water at all times. It's basically when you have a consent that you will often be restricted. The
policymaker says it will take a year before the council can report back to the community on the options, and 2 years before a plan can be implemented. The series of consultation meetings will continue in towns downstream of Queenstown. Mina Amso, The South Today.
A University of Otago study has found cutting saturated fat in children's diets reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease in adulthood. Lead author Dr. Lisa Te Moranga and her colleagues came to their conclusions following a review of international data from published studies of males and females from age 2 to 19 years old. The joint University of Otago and World Health Organization study has found reducing intake of foods rich in saturated fat results in a significant reduction in cholesterol levels throughout childhood. While fat is an important part of a child's diet, the greatest benefits on cholesterol levels were seen when saturated fat was replaced with unsaturated fat. A computer animation company based in Dunedin has created a video of what the new America's Cup racing yachts will look like. The South Today found out more.
The next America's Cup race will probably feature yachts that look like this. Gone are the catamarans with a hydrofoil on each hull, and instead we are back to a single hull equipped with an articulated hydrofoil jutting out on each side. Dunedin-based computer animation company Animation Research was commissioned to create a visualization from the boat's blueprints, which they did in a mere 3 weeks. Animator Ken Gorry said it was an interesting challenge to convert the supplied data into a 3D model.
What we do is take data, in this case from the people at the America's Cup outfit in Auckland, and make it visible, make it easily understandable. Like we got things like columns of numbers for how the boat sailed, and we made that into the motion of the boat. I mean, all the information is there, but it just puts it in a package that's nice and easy to understand. Because it's not columns of data aren't that clear, and we had models of the boat, so now that they see what the boat looks like with the sunlight on it, on the water, makes a big difference. Then you suddenly see that it's a real boat.
Animation Research still includes original team members such as Paul Sharp, who created the original America's Cup graphics for television back in 1992. And Gorry says that Team New Zealand manager Grant Dalton is very happy with the animations the company continues to make.
We got a message from Grant Dalton recently saying that he was really pleased with what we've done and he looks forward to working with us for the Cup.
With the boats intended to go well over 80 kilometres per hour, it is unclear what chaos would occur if 2 boats came too close together, or what would happen to a sailor who fell off the prow and into the path of one of the hydrofoils at speed. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, demand exceeds expectations for free go-cards in Queenstown, and we look at one young volunteer who is using their passion for visual arts to convey an important message.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
They're part of the family, and like us, their health begins with what they eat too. So give them Radical Dog, made in New Zealand from all natural ingredients and real tart cherries, so it's high in antioxidants. It's a 3-in-1 superfood, giving them energy, flexibility and a healthy coat. With no fillers or nasty preservatives, they love them. It's the treat that can work wonders on every dog, no matter what their breed, age or health. Radical Dog, the new generation in dog food.
At the Otago SPCA, our role is to make sure that all animals in Dunedin and the Otago region are being looked after properly. Otago SPCA offer a haven for animals in need and adoption opportunities for the community. We appreciate your interest and support. For help and advice, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have any concerns, give us a call.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference. And Gillian's know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillian's will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillian's, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
The University of Otago, New Zealand's only true collegiate university. For first-year students, the history, the expectations of excellence are
unfamiliar.
G'day, I'm next door.
Hi, next door. I'm Samantha Pascoe.
No, you're not. I'm Josh, Clyde, Science. And you are?
Sam, Hastings, Lauren Arts.
Tane, Auckland, Commerce. Osaka, Greece, Classics. History.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Welcome back. Some Orbis bus drivers in Queenstown have run out of free go cards due to a high uptake by passengers in the resort town. Orbis organisers say about 5,000 go cards were handed out to passengers on the first 3 days of the launch of the new bus service. A spokesman for the Otago Regional Council says more go cards are being sent to Queenstown. The front windows of Dunedin's Community Gallery are currently framed with bright yellow ribbons. It's another event under the Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust banner, but this one has been organised by a younger volunteer with a passion for visual arts.
With an unknown and growing number of pieces on the walls of Dunedin's Community Gallery, the organisers of the Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust's inaugural art exhibition are hoping to raise awareness of the issue and funds for the Trust.
And to this end, all the paintings and artworks that are exhibited here, at least partially, the proceeds will be going to Life Matters. A portion will be going to the artist, and the rest goes straight to Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust.
Jean Belshon is pleased the Trust allowed and encouraged her to put this exhibition on, but says it's taken many months to organise.
I came up with the idea in about June this year. I initially wanted to just do my own paintings for sale, and then I realised that I had incredibly talented friends and I should include their artwork too. And then I thought, why not go the whole way and ask local artists and established artists and photographers and sculptors to exhibit too. So it's been about 5 months in the planning.
There are many famous names on the walls and a growing number of red stickers showing works have sold. She says, like so many others, she was inspired to curate the event for deeply personal reasons.
I've always been very passionate about combating stigma for mental health and suicide. It's something that I've dealt with before, having poor mental health, and my brother died by suicide a couple of years ago. So Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust is something I'm firmly behind. So I thought I'd like to do something for them. Last year I shaved all my hair off for them. Couldn't really do that again this year, that'd be a bit ridiculous.
Belchin says so far the exhibition has covered its costs and she's hoping to pass on a solid donation to the Life Matters Trust. The Hope exhibition is up in the Community Gallery in Dunedin until it closes this Sunday. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, the Dunedin City Council opens consultation on the draft festivals and events plan, and Port Chalmers residents take to social media with traffic safety concerns.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillians know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillians will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillians, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Otago SPCA, our role is to make sure that all animals in Dunedin and the Otago region are being looked after properly. Otago SPCA offer a haven for animals in need and adoption opportunities for the community. We appreciate your interest and support. For help and advice, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you have any concerns, give us a call.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Thanks for staying with us. The Dunedin City Council has opened consultation on the draft festivals and events plan to be in place from 2018 to 2023. The DCC says the draft plan aims to provide a framework within which events can flourish in Dunedin by improving funding partnerships, advice, logistical support and resources. The Council says the proposed plan also sets out 6 action areas to guide work in the sector over the next 5 years. Members of the public have until December the 15th to make submissions. Port Chalmers residents have taken to social media following an incident where a log came off a truck, which witnesses say had to stop suddenly. On the Port Chalmers community Facebook page, residents are swapping stories about what they believe happened last week. One witness says she saw a log come off the truck's trailer, which was then strapped up and dragged around to the port. This file footage from early October shows residents have been concerned about speed on the main street through Port Chalmers for a while. In last week's incident, a member of the public says the truck was travelling too fast and slammed on the brakes to avoid a pedestrian, causing the log to slide off the carrier. The idea of establishing a toilet museum in Dunedin has been suggested by the City Council's archivist Alison Breeze. The local archivist says underground toilets in the Octagon will live on through old photos but are unlikely to be reintroduced into Dunedin.
This 105-year-old toilet in Manor Place is the last standing toilet in Dunedin. A standing toilet is, by the way, the technical term for a row of ceramic urinals. Dunedin City Council archivist Alison Breeze believes this might even be the oldest standing toilet left in the country and should become a museum.
We came across an amazing collection of historic photographs of all the 3 undergrounds and the other above ground toilets, including the one behind me in 1919.
The Manor Place toilets are slightly newer than the more famous Octagon toilets. Breeze says some people want the Octagon toilets brought back, but the chances aren't looking good.
We've found all the specifications of them all being filled in, knocked in and filled up with rubble, although I haven't got many reports of a lot of stuff being taken out of them, so it's possible some of the tiles may still be in the hole, so to speak.
Breeze says the Octagon toilet's reputation for depravity was justified.
We've got reports of the ones in the Exchange that had a lot of men, I said paralysis of the gastric nerves is how they described it after bar treatment, was the way they described it, basically vomiting and all the rest of it, but it used to be cleaned up straight away by the attendant.
The toilets were built in the Octagon for women and men in 1910, but were knocked in 1989 as part of the Octagon redevelopment. In 1965, the men's toilets were moved to make way for the new Star Fountain.
2 undergrounds shut in the 1960s in the Exchange and the London Street one. And the ones underneath the Cargill's Monument in the Exchange, it was all part of the discussion to actually knock down the Cargill's Monument, which they didn't, thankfully.
During this time, it was still considered distasteful for women to go to the toilet in public.
If you were just coming for a day shopping, or just running a few errands, it was kind of hard to find a toilet if you needed one.
Breeze is presenting a paper at Victoria University in Wellington next week on historic toilets. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Last month in Gore saw budding young automotive engineers taking part in a challenge to design, build and race a go-kart. The South Today caught up with some of the winning teams.
The annual South Island Grass Kart Challenge teaches school leavers about automotive construction and design. These Polytech students spent a semester building up their automotive and engineering skills, which was then followed by a second semester working in teams to build grass go-karts restricted in length, width and engine size. Despite the design constraints, the 21 Otago Polytech students created 4 very unique karts, including a kart that was front-wheel drive. The challenge held in Gore last month saw teams judged on their performance in race slaloms, sprints and even a PowerPoint presentation. Senior lecturer in engineering Nick Moss said the Otago teams did well.
Yeah, it did very well. We came away with 2 trophies, and also we came away with a good few seconds and thirds placements as well, so probably the best we've done in the Grass Kart Challenge.
Almost all of last year's class went on to further study or apprenticeships, and this class can expect similar success. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. A species of cyanobacteria has been detected in the Matara River during monthly monitoring, and people are being warned to be vigilant. Public consultation began in Queenstown today over plans by the Otago Regional Council to change its regional water plan. And a computer animation company based in Dunedin has created a video of what the new America's Cup racing yachts will look like. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Barry Stewart. What have you got for us in the paper
Melissa.
tomorrow?
Well, we're not sure yet because Henley residents are meeting the ORC tonight at a public meeting about flooding issues in that area. So we'll have a full report on that. So we'll find out exactly what happens there. Community Law Centre has sounded a warning over new loans that are out on the market. They are saying beware. And of course, no matter where you were in the South today, it was a great day.
Fantastic.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Wanaka hit 28.5, Alexandra 29. That's on the clock, but or on the gauge, but 27 officially, and Queenstown 27. So we went down to the lakeside and got some reactions. So yeah, great day in the South.
Fantastic. Thank you, Barry.
You.
And now time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silberhorn Collagen Plus.
Starting with a shot of Dunedin gravestones overlooking the Southern Ocean. Looking at the situation, the current weather situation remains steady and settled, with a large anticyclone parked over New Zealand bringing high air pressure and mostly fine weather. This exception is for the inland areas in the late afternoons and early evenings, when some cloud build-ups will bring brief showers. Looking at the south, Balclutha, Gore and Lumsden can all expect light weather. Fine weather 21, and similar for the Catlins, but 19. Travelling westward to central, it's light winds and fine weather for everyone, and Alexandra quite warm at 27 degrees. Wanaka 25, Queenstown 24, and Tiana 20 degrees. And looking further north, Oamaru and Timaru, and for light easterlies, fine weather and 19 degrees. The same sort of weather inland, but much warmer, with Amarama and Twizel being both 25 degrees. And in Dunedin tonight, fine and cool with an overnight low of 5 degrees. Tomorrow fine with long sunny periods and scattered cloud by day. Areas of low cloud at night, moderate northeasterlies, mild temperatures 18 and 7. And it's the same for Friday with 19 and 8. And in Invercargill tonight, fine and cool with an overnight low of 5. And we also have temperatures of 19 and 5 and 20 and 5 for Friday. And that's our show for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the South Today team, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.